Hi, I'm Dave with the Broomfield Parks Department. I'm going to show you how to winterize your sprinkler system. Let's go check it out. So I'm going to talk about the process of winterizing the sprinkler system, starting with the backflow preventer. The reason why this is the most important thing to think about is because, as you can see, it is exposed to the elements outside here above ground and all made of metal. Therefore, it's very apt to freezing as soon as the temperatures drop below the freezing point. So with that said, after locating the backflow preventer on the outside of the house, the next thing to do is to shut down the water supply to it. So here we are in the basement of the house, and we've located the wall opposite the backflow preventer and found where the copper line comes through the wall. So if we trace that line along the ceiling here, we'll find that it comes down here where it tees off of the main line coming into the house. You see you've got your main shut off here that shuts down the entire house, so we don't want to mess with that one. We can see on our line going to the sprinklers, we've got a shut off right here, which is a ball valve that requires a quarter turn so that the handle is at a right angle or 90-degree angle to the pipe. So that means it's shut off now. You can also see just above it, there is a drain screw right here. So if I take my pliers and break open that drain, you can see water starts coming out right away. I'll go ahead and pull that drain cap completely off of there. Now, I didn't get a lot of water, but I'm liable to get quite a bit more once I go outside and break that siphon of water inside the pipe. So I'm going to be sure that I put a bowl down under here. And I'll just drop the cap in the bowl for now so I don't lose it. And that's going to catch any water that comes back through after we go back outside to the backflow preventer. Okay, now that we've got the water shut down inside the house, the first thing we're going to do when we're back at the backflow preventer is locate the Testcocks protruding from the side of the device. So with a flathead screwdriver, we can locate the little screws on the side of these Testcocks. And by turning those are actually little ball valves, just like the shutdown valve we saw inside, or these ball valves here. So by turning that a quarter turn until the screw is in line with these little valves, you'll see water comes out. So by opening these up, not only have I drained water through the backflow preventer right here, but I've broken that siphon on this leg, the upstream leg of the backflow preventer, allowing that water to drain down through that drain that we opened on the inside, which was why we left that bowl under it to catch that water that would come back through. Now, I also see on this one there's another little drain here at the bottom, which is good because there's potential for water to get trapped in there. So I'll take my pliers once again and open this drain just like we did with the one downstairs. And you can see we're getting quite a bit more water drained out. So now I'm going to let that continue to drain while we go through the rest of the process to make sure that that's nice and clear in here and we don't have water trapped in there. So I'm going to take that drain cap that I just pulled and put it in a safe place, like in my pocket, so I don't lose that. Okay, so now that we've drained down this side of the backflow, we know we've still got water in this side. So we're going to have to go locate a valve box. Usually it's a valve box that's got the zone valves in it. And we'll find a drain in there so that we can get this side drained down as well. Okay, so now we've identified a valve box in the yard. So I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver. Just kind of pry that lid off of there, open it up. And I can see I do have the zone valves in here with a drain on the side of it. So on this particular valve, I can use a small pair of needle nose pliers to get on each side of it to get it cracked open until I can freely turn this with my hand, and you'll see water coming out. The water's now draining, and we'll let that stay open and drain. So now that we know that we've drained down the backflow preventer, I took that cap that I had stuck in my pocket so I didn't lose it, and I'm going to put that back on that drain. And one thing that people often overlook is the fact that all of these ball valves, including the small ball valves on these Testcocks, need to be half open, or in other words, turned to a 45-degree position, and they need to be left that way for the winter. So the reason for 45ing all of these ball valves is that if they're fully open or fully closed, water can actually get trapped in there and leave cracks or breaks in these valves. So for the entire winter, you want to make sure that all of these valves are in a 45-degree position, including these little screws on the Testcocks. So now that we know that we've got the backflow preventer drained down and we know that this is not going to freeze, the next thing to think about is the possibility that, especially on some larger systems, you may want to blow out the sprinkler lines using compressed air. Now, a word of advice on that is if you attempt to do it yourself, there are dangers that come with that. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you connect air to your backflow preventer, you want to go downstream of the backflow preventer. Don't use the Testcocks. Do not blow through the backflow preventer. You can cause damage that way. And if you do attach air to your system, make sure that you're operating at low PSI on your air compressor. 60 pounds or less is recommended on that. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with doing this on your own, we highly recommend that you hire a professional irrigation contractor to go ahead and blow your system out for you. So there you have it. For more information, go to broomfield.org. Thank you.